Welcome back for today's college football pick video play for October 26, 2018. This one talking about this Friday night matchup here in the Mountain West Conference between the Wyoming Cowboys and the Colorado State Rams. Going to give our lean on where we see the better value on the over-under. The total relatively low here at about 46 points. Not a huge surprise to see it this low given the fact that Wyoming has played in a lot of lower scoring games within conference play. Also, they have been one of the weakest offensive teams in college football this year. Perhaps they can turn that around in this matchup, though, going against what has been one of the weakest defenses within the Mountain West. So if you're interested in getting all of our college football picks for this week's action, you can access those down through the link in the video description at stumpthespread.com. And with this particular matchup, both of these teams not necessarily having the kind of success that they were hoping for this year, especially Wyoming, a team that's just 2-6 overall, only one win against an FBS opponent, and that came all the way back in what was essentially week 0, 1 week before things really got going there in college football. We just had a handful of games a week before the rest of the teams were able to get going. So Wyoming, it's been a pretty rough stretch for them. They have had some competitive games here and there, but by and large, they have really struggled behind what has been a terrible offensive attack. Right now, they rank 129th in college football in scoring average. This is a team that was expected to be respectable this year, given the strengths of their defense, but the offense has been so bad, it's even put the defense in a lot of very tough situations. The defense has done the best that they possibly can, but still just 62nd in all of college football in points allowed, and that's because this defensive unit has had to spend a lot of time out there on the field. And it's going to be pretty fascinating to see how this matchup plays out, where you have a very bad offensive attack from what we've seen in the Wyoming Cowboys, but they could potentially break out in this one a little bit, going against a Colorado State defense that ranks 122nd in college football in points allowed, giving up nearly 40 points per game on average. In the fact that the defense for Colorado State is kind of doing the exact opposite of what it's doing for Wyoming, where Colorado State, their defense is putting them in a lot of bad positions, getting in a lot of holes early on, and as a result, they need to rely heavily on their pass attack. That's why they rank 15th in college football in passing yards, because they simply can't go to their ground game when they're trying to catch up in these games that they find themselves in. Just 97th in scoring average. This is a number where every now and again, the Colorado State Rams have actually put up some really strong offensive performances, like we saw in their 34-27 upset win over SEC opponent Arkansas. They scored 34 against Hawaii in what was a very high-scoring game. They scored 42 against San Jose State in a recent conference win. The total in that one hit 72 points. And then a little bit lower scoring of a matchup, that 20-18 win recently against New Mexico. But then in their last outing, an extremely high-scoring game there for the Rams, losing at Boise State by a final of 28-56. This is going to be a very different kind of matchup for the Rams in this home game against Wyoming compared to what they faced in Boise State this past week. But we actually feel like Wyoming, the opponent here to Colorado State, could break out offensively in this matchup, just given how weak the Rams defense has been, and could even potentially be a little bit of a back and forth affair. A very low total here at 46 points. We feel like the better value is going to go to the over on that total. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, you can give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our college football picks over at stumpthespread.com. Linked down in the video description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for tomorrow's video.